congratulations to everyone.
Congratulations!
Good evening. I am Lorraine Fraser, and I have the distinct honor as serving as your dean. To begin, I'd like to read our school's land statement. We acknowledge the traditional, ancestral, unceded territory of the Lenape people, on which we learn, work, and gather today at Columbia University School of Nursing. Lenape means real person or original person, and it is important to remember that Lenape collectively are a living and breathing community. Let us honor their legacy. Let us commit ourselves to the struggle against the forces that have depossessed the Lenape and other indigenous people of their lands. We stand strong in our commitment to support and defend all marginalized people of this land who have been stripped of their rights to self-determination. On behalf of the faculty, staff, and alumni of Columbia University School of Nursing, I welcome you, your family, and friends to commencement. You're aware Columbia School of Nursing has a long history and tradition of excellence. We graduated our first class in 1894. Imagine how much has changed since then. The experiences of last year, as we faced the twin pandemics of COVID and racism, changed us as a school, as a community, as a profession, and as individuals. Nursing has taken center stage during this time, with the COVID crisis shining a spotlight on nurses' contributions to society. We are being universally hailed for our courage, for putting our lives on the line to help those stricken with COVID, and for our compassion in the face of this unprecedented tragedy. But to those of us in the profession, or who are about to enter the profession, this is nothing new. The competencies that we've been marshaling against COVID are the bedrock values of our profession. These values represent a commitment that we make each day when we decide to become a nurse, no matter what is happening in the world, no matter what circumstances may arise as our careers evolve. Today, we mark this momentous occasion in your professional lives, and we pay tribute to that foundation laid over a century ago and to the nurses' enduring role that I like to call the backbone of healthcare. Nursing, now more than ever, is central to the healthcare system's structure and essence. My hope is that our collective voice as a profession will continue not just to be heard, but will be accorded ever more resonance and influence, and that our expertise and leadership will not just be sought out, but will be celebrated for generations and centuries to come. So today, as we celebrate this milestone, we also celebrate what this milestone means to the future of nursing and to its enduring impact on people's lives. I would like to now acknowledge our graduating students for your contributions during this extraordinary year, your adaptability as we transitioned to virtual education, and your continued commitment to nursing. I am moved by the impressive resilience that I've seen you display as you handle the challenges this year has. I'd like to mention just a few of the highlights of 2020 and 2021. One of the innovations that I'm proudest of was anticipating the strain of the pandemic's first surge that it would have on hospitals and nurses, and then joining forces with New York Presbyterian to give our students opportunities to serve and to learn. You did everything from conducting temperature screenings at hospital entrances to delivering direct patient care under supervision. This innovative partnership not only eased the burden on fellow nurses, but it showed many of you what it's like and what it means to be a nurse, to serve and to work with the best. I am so proud of what you accomplished through this partnership. And I'm equally proud of our school's renewed focus on addressing the systemic wrongs that have plagued people of color. Since the tragic killing of George Floyd caught the nation's attention, and with the increase in hate crimes against Asian Americans, we have doubled our efforts as individuals and as an institution to further the important work of anti-racism. The commitment to social justice and health equity that we initiated prior to COVID was designed to keep us focused on this critical mission and to ensure that we consistently educate our students and ourselves through the lens of social justice and health equity, that we continually foster a culture of inclusion, and that we care for our patients with this mindset. I'm proud that our school is a national leader in nursing research and in advancing patient care, especially among underserved populations. For the past 2 years, we have ranked number 4 in the National Institutes of Health funding among nursing schools. And this year, Columbia Nursing ranked number 5 for its Master's in DNP program among nursing schools by the U.S. News and World Report. This is a direct result of the innovation Columbia prides itself on, and this year was no exception. Among the new initiatives that we launched are the online prerequisite entry to nursing program, which has been a huge success for pre-nursing students, the certificate in transgender and gender nonconforming health for nurse practitioners will be launched this fall. It is a fully online course that will prepare NPs to provide evidence-based care to this underserved population. During this past year, we've also begun to focus our research on the domains of 5 individual centers of excellence. These centers are focused on health policy, precision in symptom management, nurse staffing, LGBTQ+ research, and research on people of color. Finally, on the clinical front, I'm proud that early on in the pandemic, we collaborated with our medical center colleagues to temporarily transform the nurse practitioners group Washington Heights office into a COVID-19 cough and fever clinic. This helped offset the patient intake at nearby hospitals. The nurse practitioner group also participated in a research trial, which involves screening recovered COVID patients for antibodies to determine their eligibility to donate plasma to hospitalized COVID patients. Our clinical practice has also become more essential than ever for the homebound elderly in Upper Manhattan who rely on our House Calls initiative. I feel a great pride, and expectation as you prepare to take your places in the healthcare system and use your expertise to strengthen our society and health of our people. Your success is a reflection of your intellect, your passion for nursing, and the quality of education you've received. I would like also to acknowledge your family and friends who supported you on the way to Columbia and sustained you while you were here. And I would also like to express my deep admiration for our nursing faculty who have helped prepare you to enter the nursing profession as clinicians and scholars, educators, and leaders. When you began your journey at Columbia, we, your faculty, became your future. Now you will become our future. The School of Nursing is a member of the faculties of the Columbia University Medical Center. And we are privileged to have with us today Dr. Neil Rustke, who is the Interim Executive Vice President, Dean of the Faculties of Health Sciences and Medicine, Irving Professor of Medicine, and Director of Herbert Irving Comprehensive Cancer Center. Dean Rustke is a valued colleague, and I am delighted that he will address you this evening.
Dean Frazier, Dr. Wakefield, distinguished faculty, today's graduates, and families and friends of the class of 2020. It is my privilege for me to speak to you today. To the 2020 graduates, it is an honor to belatedly welcome you to the healthcare team. The importance of teamwork was never more evident over the past year and 3 months. This pandemic tested every member of the healthcare team, and nurses have been recognized for meeting the challenges with utmost courage and fortitude. What you learned here was a great starting point, but only a start in your lifelong learning. We know this one constant to be true. Healthcare will change, just as it has changed over the past generation in ways we could not have imagined. Our distinguished faculty prepared you in all the things that they knew were important, and they also prepared you to continue to learn, to continue to improve as healthcare changes. Congratulations on the degrees you are receiving today. We are confident that your work will contribute in many important ways to easing the burden of suffering in society.
It is my great pleasure to introduce Dr. Mary Wakefield, who will receive the Second Century Award for Excellence in Healthcare. This award was initially established as the Centennial Award. It was later renamed to reflect the school's second century of educated nurses. Since 1991, we have presented this award to individuals who portray excellence in advancing the health and well-being of all citizens. We're honored to have Dr. Wakefield join us for graduation. She is a visiting professor in the practice of healthcare at Georgetown University and also a visiting professor and distinguished fellow at the University of Texas at Austin. Dr. Wakefield has a depth of experience working in the federal health policy space. Most recently, she served on the Biden-Harris transition team. As a member of the Obama administration, she served as acting deputy secretary of the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services from 2015 to 2017. And as the head of the Health Resources and Services Administration, or HRSA, she served from 2009 to 2015. At the Health and Human Services, she was responsible for overseeing management and operations of a department with a $1 trillion budget and 80,000 employees. And she led strategic initiatives in key health policy areas with a particular focus on programs for vulnerable populations. At HRSA, she led and initiated program improvements to further strengthen the healthcare workforce, build healthier communities, increase health equity, and provide healthcare services to people who are geographically isolated or economically or medically vulnerable. Dr. Wakefield has extensive academic and administrative experience. In addition to her current appointments, she has held positions at the School of Medicine and Health Sciences University at North Dakota, George Mason University in Fairfax, Virginia, and the College of Nursing at the University of North Dakota. She has served on a large number of governmental commissions, public and not-for-profit boards, and committees bringing expertise in nursing, healthcare quality, and access to care and health workforce. Dr. Wakefield served on the Institute of Medicine's committee that produced landmark reports, To Err is Human and Crossing the Quality Chasm, and chaired the committee that produced the report Quality Through Collaboration, Healthcare in Rural America. For her inspired leadership, innovative thinking, and contribution to the health of the nation, Dr. Wakefield was chosen as this year's recipient of the Second Century for Excellence in Healthcare. I am honored that she is able to join us this evening.
Thank you for that kind introduction. It is an honor for me to be with you, Dean Fraser, and the distinguished faculty of the Columbia University School of Nursing, and also to be with the family members and friends of those whose graduations we are celebrating today. In both the personal and professional lives of these graduates, all of you together have supported and guided them so they could in turn pursue their nursing degrees to do incredibly important work. From applying and conducting nursing research and driving health innovation, to delivering and leading patient and community care, to teaching the next generation's nurses. For supporting them so they could do all of this and more, all of you, the faculty, family members, and friends, certainly have my gratitude. And I'm fairly certain that you have the gratitude of the graduates as well. Most importantly, however, it is an honor to be here with the graduates. For each of you, the degree you have achieved and that we are here to recognize is a cause for great celebration. Today really is one of the most important days of your career because today's ceremony marks one of your most important career achievements. And I think it's worth pointing out that today also marks connection, your connection to this top-flight School of Nursing at a top-flight university. The degree you receive from Columbia University, throughout your career going forward, will proudly appear as part of every job application you complete, every resume you send. And across the decades ahead, this school and this degree will be part of most of the conversations you have when you describe yourself to new colleagues and new friends. Reflections on this School of Nursing and your experiences in it, they'll emerge now and then when something or someone reminds you of the people you met here, the people you learned with and learned from. In other words, you have a tie with this School of Nursing, a school sharply oriented to addressing some of the most important challenges of our time, advancing social justice and health equity. Your connection to it and to its associated values will stay with you and resonate across your entire career. With your education, your degree, and these connections in hand, let's take a few minutes to consider what lies in front of you now, just off on the healthcare horizon. Here's what I see for you. Other than the traditional values that are core to the nursing profession, including compassion and humanitarian commitment to person-centered care, this very notion of tradition in healthcare, that is how we do things, where we do them, what we focus our work on, almost all of what we have traditionally done in healthcare, much of it will have little currency during the lifetime of your career. Instead, change that has been building in size and scale will grow larger and faster, sometimes in fits and starts along the way. But the arc of change in healthcare during your career will be dramatic. Some of it occurring around you, some of it to be led by you, and most of it without the clear edges that have defined traditional healthcare. Instead, your nursing, on behalf of the health of individuals and communities, will be marked by very murky boundaries. For example, boundaries shifting between health and the social needs of individuals, between health and the social determinants impacting entire neighborhoods and communities, between health policy and social policy, All of these shifts and changes and more will be impacting your practice. And your work across your careers will unfold on a much broader playing field with new rules, new expectations, new interprofessional and intersectoral colleagues. Dramatic shifts for myriad reasons. One of the most significant shifts in what you'll do and where and how you'll do it is occurring because a foundation of research has been building and clearly illustrating the connectivity among health disparities, health equity, and health outcomes. Evidence that calls us to rethink and reset nursing research, nursing practice, and nursing education in a much broader context. And while Columbia School of Nursing has been on the forefront of some of this, it is a new frontier whose contours still need to be built. These shifts will create a significant contrast between the work of my generation of nurses and yours. My generation's work was about bending the healthcare curve on access to care so that more people could get what your School of Nursing strongly believes in: healthcare as a right for everyone, not just for those who make more money or who haven't been devastated by costly illness or who haven't had a fair shot. My generation's work has also been about bending the healthcare curve on quality, focused on protecting people from harm who seek our help. But with your degree in hand and the knowledge you have now across your career, your work will not be to bend the curve on issues like these. Your generation's role, it will be to create the curve, to be the architects of quality and access and efficiency in healthcare, not just incrementally and not just for some, but fully and for everyone. You might think of it this way. If healthcare was a Rubik's Cube, my generation of nurses worked to realign the colors. Your generation's work, it's to design the next cube. And you'll do this leveraging what you and others create: new tools, new technologies, new care models, more powerful data, and even perhaps most importantly, using the power of nursing's voice to do much more of some of what nurses do best: to educate, advocate, and innovate. At their best, nurses are fearless innovators and fierce advocates. And these qualities of our profession are particularly important given that there is no set expiration date on health disparities and inequity. How and when these deep-seated problems are eliminated depends in no small part on what you as an individual nurse and what the nursing profession writ large does. Yes, this is a big change that nursing needs to be aiming for. But here's the very best news. You are graduating from an exceptional School of Nursing that has guided you to be leaders in health, as ready as anyone can be to partner and lead in forging a health trajectory for everyone that is no longer tied to things like race, gender, income, zip codes, or even country codes. But to ensure that everyone has that fair shot at health, regardless of who they are, it means nursing must expand our reach beyond the boundaries of traditional health care. To help reset the health trajectory for millions of people does require more than just bending the curve. It requires you, in the nursing specialty you've chosen, to be the creators of new pathways, to deliver best care, so that all individuals and communities can achieve best health. And whether you are a newly minted pediatric primary care nurse practitioner or a PhD, whether you are a nurse anesthetist or a master's direct entry registered nurse, or you're in another nursing role, when it comes to health, the perspective and values that you've acquired from this school, they're not ancillary, they are not optional, they are a predicate to health and well-being for neighborhoods and for nations. As you think about your role in helping to create this new health frontier, let me share 3 observations you might wish to keep in mind. First, being buffeted by change That's not what this school prepared you for. Rather, this school prepared you to embrace change and to shape it, whether it's to influence new health-related public policies through research, or it's to create new healthcare processes that bridge health and social sectors. Your education was designed to help you be catalysts for positive change. My second observation is this: where others see barriers and problems, you look for the opportunity. You know, I think more than anything, my rural healthcare background, starting out as a nurse's aide in high school in a small town hospital, it was that experience that taught me to look for the opportunities, because it was oh so common to find limited resources in that small rural hospital, from staff shortages to limited technology. But when you are the biggest small hospital for 100 miles around, you don't just throw up your hands and cede ground to a problem. You tack into the problem differently, beginning with how you see it, to see it as an opportunity to innovate. So my advice: where others see problems, you search for the opportunities. And the third observation is this: be open to taking risk. And this means moving out of your comfort zone to amp up your contribution, and with it, your profession's contribution to health. On this point too, I'm not speaking from some abstract notion. I know firsthand the importance and the potential impact of taking risks. When I was at the point in my career where each of you are now, I never envisioned the senior executive positions I would be appointed to in federal government. I didn't envision that in those appointments, I would hear the sound of glass breaking. Glass ceilings, to be precise. I didn't expect across the decades of my career that there was a time when I would be the first nurse to bring nursing's expertise to some of the biggest domestic and international healthcare tables, whether it was pushing primary care services to more underserved or U.S. support for the education of nurses in far-off countries. And by the way, that non-traditional nursing career in senior federal service, it is of course a nurse's career. No matter where I've worked or what I've done, those efforts have always been shaped by the perspectives, the purpose, and the values of the nursing profession, all in service to advancing health. And on that note, looking ahead, as traditional features of healthcare fade around you to be rebuilt and replaced, what will always be there to guide you is the profession's North Star. Through whatever work you do, at whatever level you do it, it is always to advance the best interests of the health of your patient, your community, your country, your world. Finally, in the midst of change across next week, next year, or your next decade, don't ever hesitate to reach for an assist when you need it. Your reservoir of support is the nurse standing next to you, and the nurse 1,000 miles but only an email away from you. Across the nursing profession, all of us are here for our nurse colleagues, for each other. And today, we're here to celebrate with you. We could not be more proud, more hopeful, more confident in your future because of what you have achieved. Congratulations.
Dr. Daniel Billings is a hematology nurse practitioner at New York Presbyterian Hospital, where he explores ways to ensure patients receive quality of care, collaborating with physicians and nurse practitioner colleagues in transitioning pediatric patients with sickle cell disease into the adult hematology practice. He attended Columbia Nursing, beginning with the Entry to Practice program, and earned a Bachelor of Science in Nursing and a Master of Science in Nursing. He specialized in adult gerontology primary care with a subspecialty in oncology. Dr. Billings went on to earn his DMP in 2018, focusing on comprehensive care for patients with sickle cell disease. Dr. Billings was an inaugural recipient of the Campbell Award established by the University Trustees and Columbia Alumni Association in 2016. He serves on Columbia's Nursing Alumni Association Board of Directors, the school's annual fund committee, reunion committee, and is a CAA board member. He has been a mentor and a friend to many of our graduates, and we are honored to have him join us today.
Good evening, everyone. I am so very proud that today I can now refer to you as fellow alumni. It is my honor to bring you congratulations on behalf of the Columbia University School of Nursing Alumni Association. Each of you is part of the school's rich history and impressive tradition of nursing education. You are joining a vibrant and robust Columbia Nursing alumni community, which is over 10,000 living alumni strong. You are also part of Columbia University's Alumni Association, known as the CAA, a vast network of nearly 350,000 alumni located around the world. In the years ahead, I hope you will foster and grow your connection with alumni, students, and faculty at one of the many programs or volunteer opportunities organized by the school, including our yearly reunion. I hope to see you there. I encourage you to stay engaged with nursing alumni. You will find it rewarding and enriching. And as you are able, I hope you will join me each year in supporting the school and the future Columbia nursing students who will follow in your path by contributing to the school's annual fund. I am immensely proud to call myself a Columbia nurse, and I congratulate you all again on this wonderful occasion. In addition to my Nursing Alumni Association board membership, my other volunteer roles include serving on the CAA board, along with representing alumni on the Columbia University Senate. As an active member of the alumni community, I have the privilege of witnessing how dedicated our fellow alums are, fostering bonds and building a strong alumni community. When I graduated, it was a natural progression to pay forward all that I experienced at Columbia Nursing. During my time at Columbia Nursing, I was supported by numerous alumni faculty and deans. I will never forget being mentored by Dean Honig and Dr. Wolf, being mesmerized by Dr. Desjardins' clinical expertise and how she taught with such simplicity and clarity. They are great examples of what it means to give back to the Columbia nursing community as educators. They encouraged us to participate and to show up to the many alumni events. I always left wanting to change the world. As a nursing student, I was very involved with student activities, serving as a student ambassador, student mentor, eventually joining Columbia Nursing's Alumni Association as a student alum. As a graduate and now a Columbia University Irving Medical Center nurse practitioner, nothing is more rewarding than to bring current students to my practice, mentoring them and showing them the ropes. As you go out and gain experience, I encourage you to reach back and find students to cultivate. You will not regret it. So, wherever your career takes you, never forget that you are now part of a vast worldwide alumni community, and I invite you to take advantage of the seemingly endless supply of amazing alumni who are ready to build relationships, bond, and make you feel like you belong. Congratulations, fellow alums.
It is my honor today to present the first student award, which is the Dissertation Excellence Award for Distinguished Doctoral Student Research. This was a very difficult decision for our faculty, as every single one of you has done an amazing job in a memorable time.
We have two recipients of this award. For the 2019 graduating class, the PhD Dissertation Award goes to Megan Murray. After completing a Master of Public Health at the Mailman School of Public Health, Meg decided to go back to school to become a nurse because she wanted to contribute to the nursing profession as a researcher to improve children's health globally. Meg's dissertation research focused on infection prevention and control among children, specifically drug-resistant infections in hospitalized children in long-term care facilities and factors that place children at risk. As a PhD student, Meg also received a competitive fellowship in the Graduate Partnerships Program at the National Institutes of Health in Bethesda, Maryland. Meg is either the first author or contributing author of numerous publications representing her dissertation research and other research collaborations. After completing her PhD, Meg began a 2-year fellowship in the CDC's Epidemic Intelligence Service. Congratulations, Meg. The second recipient of our PhD Dissertation Award representing the class of 2020 is Anthony Foe for his dissertation research, Human Papillomavirus Vaccination, Online Health Information Seeking, and Health Literacy Among Transgender and Gender Non-Binary People. Anthony exemplifies the attributes of a true clinician scientist. Complementary to his dissertation research, Anthony provided patient care as a nurse practitioner at Callan Lord Community Health Center during the COVID-19 pandemic. Anthony was a Robert Wood Johnson Foundation Future of Nursing Scholar. While a Columbia nursing student, Anthony collaborated with researchers and with Robert Wood Johnson Foundation leadership on 5 papers and 1 book chapter, and performed professional service as an ad hoc reviewer for several journals. Anthony is currently continuing his research training in transgender health as a postdoctoral scholar at Stanford University School of Medicine. Congratulations, Anthony.
I have the honor of presenting the remaining student awards. The Anna C. Maxwell Award is presented to a graduate of the Adult Gerontology, Family, or Pediatric Primary Care Nurse Practitioner Program who exhibits compassion, competence, and commitment to the provision of highest quality primary care.
The Adult Gerontology Primary Care 2020 Award goes to Diana McDonnell. Diana possesses all the skills necessary to provide the highest quality care for her patients and their families, but additionally has empathy and compassion for all patients that ensures sustainable outcomes. Dr. McDonnell is employed at CUIMC as an advanced practice provider, and our colleagues report having experienced her passion for patient and family care firsthand. She is an exemplar graduate of the Adult Gerontology Primary Care DNP program. Congratulations, Dr. McDonnell.
The Family 2020 Award goes to Monica Dreiker. Monica is a caring, compassionate clinician who currently provides primary care at the Ryan Health Center in Manhattan. She is committed to the professional development of nursing as we thank her for precepting our FNP students early in her career. Congratulations, Monica. We are so proud of you.
The 2020 Pediatric Primary Care Award goes to Dr. Ashlyn Fitzgerald. Ashlyn spent her MDE integration in Malawi and later went on to complete part of her DNP residency in Malawi as well. Her passion for underserved children is remarkable. She was also selected for the highly competitive Seattle Children's Hospital Fellowship Program, where she completed the remaining portion of her DNP residency. Ashlyn embodies all of the qualities we expect of our Columbia Nursing DNP graduates. Congratulations, Dr. Fitzgerald.
The Ann Panlin Award is presented to an outstanding graduate of the Nurse Anesthesia or Adult Gerontology Acute Care Nurse Practitioner Program who best demonstrates the qualities of academic excellence, clinical proficiency, and empathy for patients.
The 2020 Adult Gerontology Acute Care Award goes to Estelle Atissier. Estelle demonstrated the highest level of academic excellence during her time in the program. Since graduating, she has been serving as an NP on the Benign Hematology Service at CUIMC and has already begun to mentor Columbia students there. Her colleagues and her clinical students alike have taken note of the compassion with which she treats her patients. Congratulations, Estelle.
The 2020 Nurse Anesthesia Award goes to Ann Davis. Ann excelled in didactic and clinical, as well as in the professional advocacy realm. She was the Columbia University Nurse Anesthesia Program representative to the New England Association of Student Registered Nurse Anesthetists. She was active in grassroots lobbying for our profession at the state and national level. And she is now a practicing CRNA. Congratulations, Ann.
The Mary Dickey Lindsay Award is given to a nurse midwifery graduate who best exemplifies leadership qualities that will promote midwifery diversity and access to midwifery care for all women.
The 2020 Midwifery Award goes to Sarah N. Teen. Sarah brings a public health interest and focus to patient care and demonstrates a dedication to providing respectful midwifery care to improve outcomes and decrease disparities in maternal and infant health. Congratulations, Sarah.
The Mary Bleecker Simmons Award is presented to the graduate who demonstrates compassion and devotion to the mental health needs of patients.
The 2020 Psychiatric Mental Health Award goes to Ola Bucola Olapade. Miss O, as she was affectionately known as, worked harder than any other student I ever taught. She did this while raising her son single-handedly and working full-time. She never missed a clinical day and was prompt in submitting all her assignments. She led by example and perseverance. Congratulations, Miss O.
The Faculty Award for Professional Excellence in a Subspecialty is given to a student who best exemplifies professional competence, capacity for leadership, and compassion for patients. The 2020 award goes to Laura Graffland. Laura was passionate and determined in pursuing both the oncology and women's health subspecialties with the goal of working in breast oncology upon graduation. She has already proven herself to be a compassionate clinician with expertise in breast cancer care and a greatly valued member of the breast oncology team at New York Presbyterian. Having published a scholarly article entitled Breast Cancer Risk Related to Combined Oral Contraceptive Use in the Journal of Nurse Practitioners, and already a generous and highly coveted clinical preceptor, Laura exemplifies all the attributes of a true clinician scholar. Congratulations, Laura. The Margaret Elliott Award is presented to a graduating nursing student who best demonstrates professional competence, capacity for leadership, and wholehearted compassion for patients.
We have two recipients of this award. The first 2020 award goes to Janine Inez. Some of the comments from faculty have included, Janine is a natural leader, hardworking, and compassionate. She took initiative to lead many student groups and often engaged with faculty to increase anti-racist content across curriculum. She is creative, hardworking, dedicated, and determined. In the midst of the pandemic, she looked for ways to help others cope with the challenges being faced during the COVID crisis. Janine will continue to be a strong advocate for her patients, communities, and the profession of nursing. Congratulations, Janine. The second 2020 award goes to Catherine Sova. Some of the comments from the faculty have included, Kathy is thoughtful and intelligent. She emits positivity with an engaging presence. Kathy has a deep desire to become an NP and serve the Latinx community. She helped foster a connection for Latinx students in the MDE program. She has dynamic communication skills, which allows her to build relationships with patients and families, promoting a trusting, comforting environment, especially for those marginalized in our society. Kathy's thoughtfulness and advocacy will make a tremendous impact on the profession of nursing. Congratulations, Kathy.
The Alpha Zeta chapter of Sigma Theta Tau, the International Honor Society for Nursing, honors the graduating student who best exemplifies the principles of Sigma Theta Tau: leadership, scholarship, and community service.
The 2020 award goes to Ji Young Song. While a PhD student, Ji Young served as data manager and research assistant to 4 different federally funded projects, assisting as a full participant with study design and data collection and analysis. She became a certified instructor of SAS to assist other doctoral students with challenging statistical software and data analysis, and provided a seminar series in statistical computing. During her time at Columbia, Jae-yoon's willingness and enthusiasm to collaborate and serve others were above and beyond expectations. Congratulations, Jae-yoon.
The Campbell Award is presented by the Columbia Alumni Association to a graduating student at each school who shows exceptional leadership and Columbia spirit as exemplified by Bill Campbell, Chair Emeritus, University Trustees, and Columbia Alumni Association co-founder.
The 2020 award goes to Julie Yoshimashi. Julie is a family nurse practitioner in New York City. Julie served as University Student Senator and as Vice Chair of the Campus Planning and Physical Development Committee. She was the founder and executive board member of the School of Nursing Student Council, an advisory committee representative for the MDE program, and the founder and co-chair of the School of Nursing Global Health Interest Group. Julie has been a peer leader, a peer mentor, and an annual fund volunteer. Congratulations, Julie.
Congratulations to the students that received awards, and congratulations to all graduates.
Alden Bush is a first-generation college graduate and a proud Honduran American who earned a BA in psychology from the University of Florida and a Master's of Public Health from the University of New England. During his time at Columbia, Alden has been an active leader as a council member on the Student Advisory Council, a student ambassador, peer mentor and leader. He sits on the executive board of Columbia Nurses Student Council and serves as the current university senator representing the student nurses at the Columbia University Senate. Alden works part-time as a vaccine administration RN at the New York Presbyterian CUIMC at the Fort Washington Armory. He graduated with his Master's of Science degree from the Master's Direct Entry program in 2020, where he distinguished himself as a Rudin Nursing Scholar and a William Randolph Hearst Foundation Scholar. He is continuing on in his education in our Doctorate of Nursing Practice Psychiatric Mental Health Nurse Practitioner program. Welcome to our 2020 student speaker, Alden Bush.
Greetings to my fellow graduates, faculty, staff, family, and friends. Bienvenidos. It is an absolute honor and privilege to be here, sharing this historic moment with each and every one of you. Although we were not able to have our graduation last year, I am glad to have this opportunity to reunite with so many of the amazing people that made my time at Columbia one to remember. We all get to make history by having the first ever graduation ceremony virtually at Columbia Nursing. Whether you are joining us from here in New York City, from my hometown of Miami, Florida, from across the great expanse of these United States, or from across the borders and waters somewhere abroad, thank you for being here for the celebration of each and every single one of our academic achievements. Florence Nightingale once said, "So never lose an opportunity of urging a practical beginning, however small, for it is wonderful how often in such matters the mustard seed germinates and roots itself." We all here have laid roots within soil fertilized by more than 128 years of history. We all have germinated and will grow, paving the way for the future of our healthcare system. All of us in this room have come from diverse backgrounds, from particular experiences, from different parts of the country and the globe. But we have all coalesced here in the halls of Columbia Nursing to become part of the next generation of professionals, well prepared to face the uncertainty of our global future. 2020 was a year that none of us will ever forget. We braved through some of the hardest times this nation has ever experienced, our city has ever experienced. Our Columbia Nursing community had to quickly adapt to the ever-changing puzzle that is COVID-19, to continue to provide world-class education in a time that all health profession schools were being affected nationwide. We have understandably experienced heartbreak, loss, grief, and a whole whirlwind of emotions as we try and process the great changes we have endured. Through masks, fogged up glasses, lack of human touch and distance, we have endured. Even though we have faced adversity, we have continued to persevere. We all have reaffirmed our vocation amidst national rallying cries against the insipidness of systemic racism. We have continued to advocate for ourselves and for our role in our communities. We have used our shared struggle as a powerful tool of transformation. We all can agree that we are living in charged times. Never throughout my short 30 years of life have I seen such a divided nation, a seemingly unstable world where compassion for our fellow human beings has ever been as important as it is in this very moment. Here at Columbia, we have learned to navigate intersectionality, to identify ego and step back for the good of those we will care for. We have learned compassionate care, the identification of trauma that informs individual experiences, and the uniqueness of the individual spirit in each and every life we touch. Every single one of us here, now Columbia nurses, many already practicing, many continuing on in these hallowed halls, are a beacon of hope in this darkness, light bearers of a new morning, agents of change that will walk throughout the expanse of this nation, of this region, of this world, and make their presence and voice known. We will advocate for our patients, for our communities, for those we love. We will fight tooth and nail to positively impact our reality, so that when we look at the horizon as the sun sets each and every day, wherever we may find ourselves, we will always remember that we were educated, that we fought long and hard, that we cried and laughed, that we were molded into who we are today and laid the foundation for who we will be remembered as forever at Columbia. We will never forget our early morning Starbucks runs, our cold breaths meeting the sun-kissed intersection of 168th and Broadway, our 7th floor garden with that unforgettable view of Washington Heights and our medical center. We will never forget the stories that we will tell our children and their children. History has been made here. Personal histories that branch out into other lifetimes. We will always stand proud, bleeding Columbia blue, and create positive change in each and every setting we find ourselves. Nurses, advanced practice nurses, leaders, scholars, translational scientists, educators have been born today. Stand tall, for we are Columbia nurses, today, tomorrow, always.
We are now going to recognize our 2020 graduates. We will start with our doctoral programs. I now hand it over to our program directors, who will introduce their respective programs and students.
It is my pleasure to present to you the PhD students who are trained to conduct research that will contribute to the evidence base and policy to guide the nursing profession in the 21st century and beyond.
Silji Abraham, Sabrina Mangal, Anthony Foe, Ji-Yoon Song, Catherine Zhang.
Please join me in congratulating the PhD 2020 graduates.
We will now recognize the Doctor of Nursing Practice students. The DNP degree represents the highest academic preparation for nurses in practice, and the program at Columbia University prepares advanced practice nurses for fully accountable, comprehensive care.
It is my pleasure to present the Adult Gerontology Acute Care Nurse Practitioner students, who are now as prepared to intubate and resuscitate as they are to communicate and palliate.
Portia Adu Serhen, Estelle Autissier, Ellen Cole, Marianne Dassa, Virginia Fiera, Jessica Fishkin Harkins, Patricia Fox, Danielle Gelly, Madeline Gondek Brown, Emily Mera, Dania Munoz, Teresa Pizinger, Catherine Sylvie, Carriel Sweeney, Rebecca Tran.
Please join me in congratulating the Adult Gerontology Acute Care Nurse Practitioner 2020 graduates.
It is my honor and pleasure to present the Adult Gerontology Primary Care Nurse Practitioner graduates. This group of adamant professionals are prepared to deliver primary health care to all persons across the lifespan, from adolescence through end of life.
Elizabeth Cornock, Laura Grofflin, Lisette Kimber Zayas, Shamika Kumar, Diana McDonald, Helen Moo, Anne Schum, Lydia Valjean, Rebecca Yalowitz, Tenzing Zampa.
Please join me in congratulating the Adult Gerontology Primary Care Nurse Practitioner 2020 graduates.
It is my pleasure to present the Family Nurse Practitioner students who are ready to take on the world caring for patients across the lifespan.
Francesca Ali, Shamira Alterno, Athena Amini, Sarah Baker, Jaime Betancourt, Marie Rosie Borges, Jessica Brenz, Claire Breva, Nicholas Burry, Andrea Cummings, Angela Cunningham, Christina Downs, Monica Dreitzer, Adam Eldahan, Caitlin Hanavan, Sean Hong, Junwook Jin, Katherine Johnson, Lindsay Kaplan, Alexa Lomonsad, Miriam Masri, No Win, Alice Odell, Lauren Pasquarelli, Emily Pete, Meredith Peak, Maria Pizzarusso, Talia Rafael, Kalika Seabrook, Angelita Tan, Brianna Thomas, Julie Yoshimachi, Carmen Young.
Please join me in congratulating the wonderfully fabulous Family Nurse Practitioner 2020 graduates.
It is my pleasure to present the midwifery graduates who are now prepared to enter the midwifery workforce and provide comprehensive care in sexual and reproductive health, childbearing, and beyond.
Sarah Entine, Prityasha Harishand, Whitney Hudak, Michelle Ives, Deanna Georgette Karam, Megan Marks, Kelly Miner, Nancy Knock, Leah Reif, Alice Schreiber, Angelica Rose Stabe, Sue Thep.
Please join me in congratulating the Midwifery 2020 graduates.
It is my pleasure to present the Pediatric Primary Care Nurse Practitioner students who are now ready to provide exemplary care for infants, children, and adolescents.
Laura Bowers, Francesca Bravo, Teresa Tan-Hu Bui, Suzanne Chan, Esty Efron, Abigail Felix, Ashlyn Rose Fitzgerald, Sydney Fitzpatrick, Jennifer Houston, Grace Kim, Christian Leal, Elizabeth Ma, Jenny McAllister Spector, Esther Melka, Kelsey Narus, Bushra Ramine, Jonathan Ringer, Jade Takuras, Anna Spikerman, Dylan Stein.
Please join me in congratulating the Pediatric Primary Care Nurse Practitioner 2020 graduates.
It is my pleasure to present the Psychiatric Mental Health Nurse Practitioner students who are now ready to begin their careers as advanced practice nurses.
Hannah Bach Brownstein, Emily Collins, Stephen Collin, Lorena Kahns, Michelle D'Agostino, Susan Delisle, Corinne Edwards, Sarah Elkin, Christina Freeman, Jennifer First, Thomas Grant, Anthony Havens, Patrick Higgins, Jada Ashley Hudson, Jessica Kilbride, Alexandra Kreitman, Sarah Krim, Valerie Kutzler, Craig Lavin, Andrea McDade, Margaret Miller, Olubukola Ainika Alopade, Stephine Oparugo, Alexandra Picard, Alana Rabowski, Selma Sahovic, Sydney Shope, Colleen Spratt, Hannah Stratter, Brianna Sturmer, Brianna Thompson, Lynn Tran, Emily Vassalou, Julie West, Avriel White.
Please join me in congratulating the Psychiatric Mental Health Nurse Practitioner 2020 graduates.
We will now recognize our Master of Science students.
It is my pleasure to present the nurse anesthesia students who are prepared to go out into this world as highly skilled and independent nurse anesthesiologists.
Shazad Ahmed, Folasade Ajibade, Alexis Alessi, Za Cheng, Kevin Chavez, Anthony Chen, Ashley Cristiano, Dominique Crisafi, Ann Davis, Alexandra DeMarco, Olumide Femojuro, Dmitry Feldberg, Amanda Fernandez, Fallon Fitzpatrick, Aaron Galvin, Keisha Grandison, Jessica Gregory, Mary Gregory, Janet Gregorovic, Elizabeth Guzzo, Bianca Haney, Andrew Johnson, Nazish Khalid, Shaliha Khalik, Justin Lee, Ariel Leff, Eileen Meyer, Emerson Moda, Ryan Navarro, Brittany O'Reilly, Isabella Palermo, Teresa Richmond, Chelsea Robeson, Anastasia Rogers, Danny Santos, Lauren Schott, Bo States, Edelyn Torribio, Ashley Waring, Saran Wilson Piper.
Please join me in congratulating the class of 2020 nurse anesthesia graduates.
It is my great pleasure to introduce to you the Master's Direct Entry graduates, who are the future Master's Prepared Registered Nurses equipped to deliver equitable, high-quality, compassionate care to their patients and communities.
Ville-Marie Abreu, Anastasia Aguiar, Amy Akers, Muqaddis Ali, Musk Ali, Destiny Aliano, Isabel Allen, Naima Allen, Claire Anderson, Kayla Angelo, Caitlin Anthony, Crystal Arenas, Tatek Asefa, Gabrielle Avila, Arezo Aziz, Datya Barron, Megan Baracoso, Shauna Barrett, Kayla Berry, Emily Bartlett, Rebecca Baumrind, Ashley Becker, Adam Bohan, Alexander Boyer, Danessa Bradley, Megan Brody, Allison Brown, Alden Bush, Adriana Bustamante, Ilana Kaplan, William Castleberry, Ellen Chan, Stephanie Chan, Kai-Young Chan, Joelle Churton, Sharon Chen, Yi-Jae Chen, Jessica Chang, Kelly Chu, Helene Collins, Erica Colton, Olivia Castagliola, Caroline Couch, Alexander Da Silva, Ashley David, Crystal Dawkins, Caitlin DeCristo, Taylor DeRing, Stephen DeMauro, Amelia Diplock, Alita Dominiani, Bryn Dragolin, Chloe Dupol, Renee Durant, Tika Edwards, Shannon Egan, Laura Emery, Sarah Abigail Estrada, Belanice Estrella, Gabrielle Estrella, Danielle Etienne, Lilius Evans, Shayna Fuhr, Lauren Finch, Florette Fong, Giovanna Franklin, Julie Friedman, Leslie Fung, Jiayang Feng Wu, Jacqueline Gallagher, Aaron Garcia, Eva Gullernt, Lauren Gelfarb, Anna Jeans, Alicia Jenna, Pillar Giffenegg, Sarah Gleason, Erica Good, Emma Gregoire, Joanne Gregory, Amelia Grumbach, Angela Grumley, Emma Gruner, Sean Guzman, Weijin Han, Anna Hulse, Janine Inez, Shanzita Islam, Eaton Israelov, Haley Jacobson, Sydney Jacoby, Mary Jansen, Tia Kelman, Kenise Kenlock, Tali Kluk, Cameron Kostolansky, Ivana Kotlars, Alina Kudryasova, Caitlin Latronica, Mary Jane Lasala, Ashlyn Lawrence, Jacqueline Lee, Sarah Leonard, Samantha Levy, Hodea Lightstone, Hannah Listro, Kaylin Lisenby, Yan Liu, Kristen Loverso, Nina Lurie, Yawin Ma, Annalise McLeod, Miranda Maldonado, Victoria Marquez, Nicole Martinez Santana, Sana Marzouk, Emily McCartney Leap, John Kenneth McDonough, Avra Messi, Sarah Mills, Serena Merchandani, Daniela Manuos, Jae Young Moon, Haider Mujtaba, Margaret Murphy, Nicole Napolitano, Christina Noel, James O'Brien, Aaron Olson, Yuelina Pasiga, Gail Palma, Angeline Pan, Ariana Pezmino, Alexa Penton, Esther Peter, Remy Peterson, Irene Petroselli, Sarah Fan, Josephine Pimentel, Victoria Pollock, Colette Prido, Therese Pring, Johanna Quist Castro, Abigail Reynolds, Julia Reamer, Christina Rivera, Caitlin Rudnicki, Ferris Russell, Alexis Sable, Julia Saltzman, Ryan Sandler, Maureen Saylor, Minna Scott, Yashika Sharma, Annie Sagarin, Lee Simon, Catherine Soba, Melissa Song, Michelle Stevenson, Pascal Sterneman, Rachel Sullivan, Stella Thomas, Ellie Toledo, Nani Tran, Tyler Tropman, Purana Vadi, Eric Valencia, Juliana Van Pelt, Jaspreet Wadhwa, Bailey Walters, Stephanie Wang, Caroline Weinrausch, Morgan Wolf, Paige Wooten, Danielle Wright, Luris Zapata, Taylene Zabib, Linda Jha.
Please join me in congratulating the Master's Direct Entry graduates.
Thank you for joining us in celebrating our students. Congratulations to all our Columbia Nursing graduates and their families.
Like a Simmons whipping pastry, cruising down A Street, off-white Lexus, driving so slow, but BK is from Texas. Me, I'm out that Bed-Stuy, home of that boy Biggie. Now I live on Billboard, and I brought my boys with me. Say what up to Tata, still sipping my top, sitting courtside, Knicks and Nets give me high five. I be spiked out, I could trip a referee. Tell by my attitude that I most definitely from. With OG at a Yankee game. That made the Yankee hat more famous than a Yankee can. You should know I bleed blue, but I ain't a crypto. But I got a gang of walking with my click though. Welcome to the melting pot. Corners where we selling Africa been by the home of the hip hop. Yellow cap, gypsy cap, dollar cap, holla back. For foreigners it ain't fair, they act like they forgot how to act. 8 million stories out there in the naked city. It's a pity half of y'all won't make it. Me, I got a plug special where I got it made. If Jesus paying LeBron, I'm paying Dwayne Wade. 3 dice CeeLo, 3 card Marley. Labor Day parade, rest in peace Bob Marley. Statue of Liberty, long live the World Trade, long live the King, yo. I'm from the Empire State. That's